Hello, welcome to this video. I'm just gonna go into a little flow. I'm parked, so I'm gonna take my seatbelt off. Do a little energy share. And happy full moon. Feeling it today, a little bit tired. Let's see what wants to come through. Just taking a nice deep breath in and a long exhale. And what is it that we are in resistance to? As we visualize bands, rubber bands, as we visualize bands of resistance, as we allow ourselves to feel that which it is that we are pressing against, and that which it is that is pressing back against us, we are recognizing that there are many things around us that we may be in resistance to. We are being invited to soften, to allow the energies that are flowing inbound, that have been inbound. I'm seeing like energies that have come in that are kind of sitting out here, waiting to come in again. And this is, I've talked about this before. Sometimes I see this in sessions. I'll see activity going on out here that we may not have opened ourselves to, meaning we may not have not only opened ourselves to, but acknowledged that it's there. So people are in resistance, like, no, I'm not ready for that. Or they may not even realize what I'm seeing is like a tight rubber band and there's no flexibility. The more narrow-minded we are, the tighter we are, the tighter we become. I'm being shown a sponge that's dry. As we know, a sponge that has flexibility and moisture allows more in, and that's dry and locked repels the moisture. There is an inbound frequency, an influx, if you will, of energies that have been consistently streaming in a streamlined efficiency, if you will, flowing into the molecular system, flowing in as sound exchanges. I'm hearing hyperbonics, a play on words. We are being reminded that, so I'm being reminded to share with everybody that I play with words, so it's not necessarily literal. I'm hearing hyperboles. We are being invited not to reinvent the wheel, for there is no wheels. The wheels have fallen off, if you will. I was hearing the song the other day, the wheels on the bus go round and round. It's like, there's no wheels. We're not in school anymore. We are constantly learning, but in a completely different way. It's not, our vehicle is our bodies. And while we are in this place to learn and expand, we are also teachers. We are also, there are certain things that many of us have mastered that we can share with others. And there are many things that many of us are still in the process of learning. And so this is just, but we're not stuck going on one particular path anymore from one perspective. No, we are being invited to let go of this interlocking system and to open up our bandwidths, so to speak, so that we may play in a larger orchestra. For as these sounds come in, I'm also seeing the aurora borealis right now. And I'm being invited to recognize that it's not just energy that's coming in from around the earth, but it's energy coming up from the center of the earth as well. And I'm hearing it's coming up to greet us, meet us, and unite us. We are being invited to step off of this platform, to step off of this one way of thinking For as we allow ourselves to remember that all beings have their own way, yet all is connected to the one wave, if you will. I'm hearing the ginormous particle accelerator that is the source of our frequency, our true operator, if you will. I'm hearing smooth operator. As we play, as we allow ourselves to open up to our divine light frequency, as we allow ourselves to play into our mechanical, so I'm seeing like when we use the word mechanical, I'm hearing organic mechanics. Music, I'm hearing Mike and the Mechanics. I think they're an 80s band, right? I think they are. But I am hearing that we are the organic mechanics. As we learn to communicate in a much more organic fashion, that which has seemed rigid and mechanical flows in an outsourcing, if you will, of abundance. For we allow ourselves to resource, this word comes up a lot. So I talk about composting old energy, clearing out that which no longer fits. I'm hearing that which is corrosive. If you picture wheels in a watch or a clock, they've gotten stuck. But we want to just melt all of that together so it can just be this flowing, interchangeable, infinite clock, if you will. Many beings are feeling stuck in their vocabulary. They are using the same terms. They are using the same terminology. We are a multi-dimensional quantum computer. And as we allow ourselves to restructure that which we have felt stuck within, restructure, if you will, as we allow ourselves to play with the best, and this is a play on words as well, I'm seeing Mother Earth, like playing with our true source and connect with her. And as we allow ourselves to get back to the basics, that which is not a mechanical variation put together by the tunnel vision of mind, of man's mind, no matter how creative it may seem, the true creation is a living being entity. This living being entity is a resonance that is sitting within the heart, that is sitting within the earth, that is within the trees and the leaves and the water and the animals. These are all living, breathing source mechanics, if you will. And as we allow ourselves to step away from the mechanical corrosiveness and hardness that many have fallen into, this includes electronics. This includes anything that has been a machination of the mind. For as beautiful as the mind is, as I'm hearing like electrolysis, as electrical and stimulating as the mind is, the thought patterns, the thought constructs, the construction that we have been playing with, the construction sets, that which we have the ability to constructively connect into has expanded. It is expanding past, I'm seeing a child playing with Legos. And a lot of these mechanical things, no matter how amazing they are and how forward thinking and expansive they are, they only get to one level. Let's say it dips into like 6th dimensional frequencies, for example. It still only dips that far. Like there's so much more when we get into the heart. It's truly quantum. And while these can play interchangeably and be used as beautiful sources of, I'm hearing dreamtime archaeology and mechanics. Lots of plays on words here. Building blocks, if you will, for higher modes of transportation, for example, higher modes of information. We invite you not to get transfixed by that which is truly only harnessing a fixed energy. It is not fully activating the true source potential that is within each individual on this magical frequency exchange. So while we play with the toys that we have created, and while we continue to create these toys from this platform, we are being invited to play. I'm being invited to play with, it's like that inner child. I've spoken about this before. Jess and I talked about it a little bit in our video the other day. Candace and I have talked about this. It really is about playing with this. So sometimes what I'm being shown is it's time to put away the toys that we think are bigger than us and to get back to the true joy. So put away the toys that are bringing a false sense of security and joy, and open up to the inner joy, which is the inner connectivity with the human, with children, with the animals, and with Mother Earth. Now is the time to do this. And as we do this, we deploy. I'm seeing this reference to this flow I had quite some time ago about these dandelion seeds. We deploy, we poof out, and we allow ourselves to step out of ploys and plots, is what I'm being shown, but this is all a play on words too. So we could look at it as schemes and plots and ploys, and that's one version of people's realities. But I'm seeing, what is a plot? It's a piece of land. We are being invited to connect in with the motherland, the mother land that lands in the heart, but all places on earth. We can do this through our intention and just holding a plant, holding a tree, and that's a whole other video. As we play in this way, we allow ourselves to land. I'm hearing moonland, landing on the moon. So I'm just being guided to share. Last night I was in meditation, and I was recognizing that there's stories that are around the moon and what it is and who created it and why it's here. Some people love it. Some people feel that it's a man-made creation or a creation from other beings, whatever we want to label it as. But ultimately, when we look at it, it's beautiful. Ultimately, when we look at it, the only way we can see it is because the sun is reflected off of it. So recognizing that as the sun shines, as this light shines on all things that it touches, we are doing the same, for we are the sons and daughters of our times, of this shift. We are the quantum applications. We are applying our resources from source in response to source. And this is all kind of playing with this wording. As we allow ourselves to create from this higher recognition, we then break down the old systems. We break down that which it has been. I'm hearing it has been. It's already been. We're just seeing a reflection that has taken time to reach us, even though it seems like it's happening now. And I'll have to play with that a little bit later. So as we allow ourselves to create from this, so I'm hearing new strain, DNA. That's a whole other video because I have to run. But essentially, we're a walking energy field. And we are making this new strain, this chain reaction, this chain DNA, this chain link fence, this fence that is our system is spreading, is rippling out. And I keep getting these messages of step away from defense and step into the fence. Like it's all a play on words, like offense, but it's of the fence. And I keep seeing this chain link that we've been linking up, and it's not blocking I'm hearing chain blocks, like it's something to do with proteins and everything else. So this is creating something in our bodies, and we are connecting with one another through this, and we're rippling this out. It's like this ripple. Whew. So I'm going to end on that note, and that was just kind of my little inflow morning message for you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in and sharing in this now moment. And in love and light, guys, namaste.